mapped to a field, mapped using the field impact and urgency. You may use BMC, you may use Service Desk Plus, you may use any tool, but all of them will follow this rule that priority of a ticket depends on two other fields called as impact and urgency. Okay, so as you change the impact and urgency, accordingly your priority will be changing. Okay, so yeah. Now I'm going to not manually change this. So I'll make a button called as priority 1, and it will directly change the tickets priority to 1. Okay, so on the button I will write priority 1. Okay, and in the table I will choose incident. Okay, so we don't need action name and this client checkbox because we are doing some server-side UI action. Okay, so we don't need to do this. Okay, so it can be shown in any field.
What is this client checkbox?
Client checkbox, yeah. So client checkbox is because out of the box we have to create a server-side script. Did you attend the last class?
Yes.
Okay, so client, if you check this client, then you get an option to validate the fields using the client side scripting. You don't have to write server side scripting. So if you need some validation, okay, so that if certain condition matches and you're validating the form, after that you can do certain actions using the UI action. Okay, we'll see this later, not now. So we'll first focus on the basic UI action. Okay, so first I'm trying to create a form button here. I can also put form context menu. Yeah, so yeah, so the order I'm going to reduce and increase accordingly because where is it going? Okay, so right now let it be 100. So in the conditions, I'm going to add a condition. So if a user has certain role, then only they will be able to see this UI action. Okay. So to check that, what function I'm going to write? GS. So GS is the object name. Okay. So which has this method called as has role. Okay. Which will return you true or false. Means according to if that user has that role or not. Okay, so I'm going to write that method here. Okay, so I did. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to write this condition. So it means that if the user has this ITIL role, then only they will be able to see the UI action. Okay, otherwise they won't. Then, as I said, the priority is dependent on impact and urgency. So I'm going to first set the impact and urgency of the ticket. So because I'm going to write a server-side scripting, I'm using current, okay, to access the current record. What's the name? It's impact, okay, impact equals to 1, current dot urgency is equals to 1, okay. So if this two sets to 1, that means high, okay, automatically the priority will be also set to critical. Okay, so yeah, it will be automatically set to critical. But just for safety, I'm adding this one as well. Okay, so once you are done with this, okay, so once I set the priority to critical, if I try to update it, if I try to say, I'm not able to see the save. Have I removed the save? I think somehow I removed the save. Okay. Just a moment. I think I have disabled the save option. See, I've set this to false. Okay, so when I try to change it, like I am trying to make it medium now, and when I try to save it, it will ask me to put the work notes. Okay, so these fields are mandatory, that's fine, but when you are trying to change the priority, you have to add the work notes stating what you have performed on the ticket and why are you going to change the priority now. You have to give that validation in the work note. Okay, so, so I'm going to add some work note here. Add it before this. Okay, work notes equals to from work note from UI action. Okay, current dot update. Okay, because I have made changes to the ticket, so I have to update the changes. Okay. And then there is a line called as action dot set redirect URL. Okay, to current. Okay, so what I mean by this is, so as you have noticed in the incident, there are two buttons. Okay, I can update this incident table using two means. I can click on this update button, or I can go to this context menu and click on save. So both of the options works fine, means works same way, but there is one difference. Okay, if you click on this update, okay, it will take you to the previous page, like the previous page you were working on. Okay, it will move from this page. But if you click on the save here, okay, you will see that you are launching to the same page. Okay, same current page.
And there is
Or
one more option of save button in against the update button.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can see it also works the same way.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so save will always, because I clicked on, I just activated that UI action, so that's why it has come here as well. Okay,
So Gautami,
so
I just have a one question that current dot work node is a field name or is a object you are calling?
no,
Uh,
no, it's a
Web-
field name.
it's a
It's a
field name,
field
right?
name. Yeah.
Acha. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's a field name. So if you, yeah, so work notes is basically used in incident, or when you are working on incident, all the technicians who are working on incident, so they have to give work notes accordingly, that what they have performed on the ticket. Okay, that I have performed this and this things on the ticket, I have resolved it through this means. If I'm not able to resolve, why I'm not able to, you have to give all the justification in the work notes. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, so because you're changing the priority, there must be some reason why you think that it should be a priority one, so you have to give that reason in the work note. Okay, so yeah. Fine. So now, because I'm here launching to the current page, I want it to come to the current page. So that's why I have put here current. So if you have some other URL, if you want it to launch to some other page, okay. So you can write. You can just add that URL here inside the quotations, or if you write here previous, okay, like what happens in the update button. Yeah, even if I now submit here, you will see I will launch to the incident page, because fine, lastly I worked on the incident page, right? So when I click on submit, it will directly launch me to the incident page. Okay, so yeah, so if you write previous, then it will take you to the previous page, but I don't want this, I want current. Okay, that's it. Very small code. That's it. Now I'm going to save this one. Okay, and let me open incident table. Okay, all. Let me see what is not priority one. All are priority one. Yeah, these are not priority. Okay, so I have got priority one here. Fine. Now I want to make it to, priority one. So, okay, it's coming as on hold reason. Oh, okay, let me change it. So, okay, see, it has got changed to critical, right? And if I go to work notes, I should be having a work note here. Why I did not get a work note? Okay, let me try again another incident. Just let me put it to, because in yesterday's script I changed this one. So, yeah, so let me make it priority one. Okay, it got changed to critical. Fine. Now let me go to workload. Okay, testing inbound email actions. This is not coming. Probably I have written something wrong. Oh, okay, got it. There is no, this one. Okay, so let me open another one. Okay, I've already changed this. Okay.
Gautami,
Yeah.
you are navigating so many windows, so getting confused.
Sorry?
You are navigating through a couple of tabs, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you're not able to follow exactly what you're doing.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? Should I close all this?
No, I'm just saying you're navigating so many things, right? So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So getting which what
Okay,
is like.
so where are you stuck? So I
No,
can.
I'm just saying you're doing in something in some tabs, right? Maybe you're trying to fix that issue, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, so the thing here I did is in the work notes, the spelling was wrong. So the real name is work notes without any what do you call, underscore. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
why I just removed that underscore. That's all I did. Okay.
Right.
So
If
wherever
you're
you
doing anything in
yeah, wherever you face any difficulty, if I'm going any way fast, you just stop me, okay? Because I may not
yeah,
understand that you're not able to understand.
yeah, yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, fine. So let me come down and we try to. Okay, so let me click on this again. Okay, this is painful. Okay, so it got critical. Now it should come this time. Okay, it didn't come. I have made some mistake, I think. Okay, let me see. I just came to the table, okay, through the context menu. I clicked on the context menu and I went to configure, then table. I want to see the real name of worknote if I have made any mistake. Okay, so okay, this is the name. I did right only. So I hope you understood. See, I wanted to see the real name, so that's why I came to the table. I searched for work notes and I found it. Okay, so now I'm going.
Why can't we check this in the same form itself, right? We can check the name, column name.
Yeah. So it is not popping up here because it's inside this list, right? Related list. So that's why if you right click on it, it won't show. Okay, if it is outside, like if it is incident state, if you right click on it, it will give you configure dictionary. But here it won't give. Okay, inside this it won't give.
Related, they are all related list, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Since they are part of table itself, right, or not?
Yeah.
They are part of table, right?
Yeah. It's part of table, but
So what is the difference between the related list fields and that?
yeah, we can't call it a related list actually. You can call it tabbed columns. Okay, if you come down here, you will find that these as related list. So the difference between related list and the tabbed format is that so related lists are nothing but these are pointing to some other table. So as you can see here, approvers related list. So this will point out to the approver table. Okay. If you see the tasks, so this is pointing out to the incident task table. Okay. And this has been filtered. If you want to see what filtered has been applied, so you can see here parent is equals to INC this number, okay, which is nothing but this incident number. So, I'm trying to see the task whose parent is this incident, okay, and in approver, I'm trying to see the approvers, where in the approval for field, this is the value, okay, this incident is there. So, right now it's only one record, okay, that has been found. But in this tabbed format, what is the meaning of the tabbed format? If I go to this form layout, okay, if I go to this form layout, okay, So here you will find different sections. Okay, so if you go to this section, you will come to know what are the fields that are available. So these sections has been placed in a tab. Okay, so whatever sections you want to see, they will be placed in the tab. So you can see notes, related records. So these are all the fields that are there in this section. Okay, so
Okay, these are
resolution.
called sections.
Yeah. So these are also part of the table, but this has been put in a different section or different tabbed fashion. Okay. So yeah, yeah. So the form is now this incident form. Okay. But these are all your sections. Okay. Yeah. So the first one is your, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Who is this?
Yeah, this is Nagarjuna. Could you
Yeah,
please
Nagarjuna.
explain how to add a tab?
How to add a tab?
Yeah, for related list or something.
Related list, or you want to add a
Both,
section?
both.
Okay.
No, not section, only the tab.
Okay. Uh, this one, right? This one.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one we're talking about.
In that one and the related list also.
Yeah. Okay. See, so if you want to add a section, then go to configure, go to form layout. You can do it from here, or you can also do it from the studio when you're creating the form, right? You remember first day we created the form, right? So yeah, so from there also you can do. Okay, so what you have to do here, go to this new. Okay, go to this new, give it a section name. Okay, like test. Okay, okay, you can see now I've got this section. Now in this section you can add few fields like these. Okay, and now if you save it, you will be able to see a test. Yeah, see, test tab with the fields. Okay, and how to add a related list. See, in this you cannot create a new related list, but you can bring some related list from whatever is present. So go to configure again. Okay, and there you will find a related list. Okay, so then from here, whichever related list you want, you can just place it in the selected list. Okay, that's it, nothing else.
Okay.
Got it? Yeah. So now the problem here is I have to change this worknote name. Yeah. I think I have made some mistake here, but I'm not able to find it. Okay, let me save and try again. Okay. Let me refresh this list so that my changes are saved. I will go to something like this. This is, I'm hating this one. Okay, now I will click on priority 1. Let me see. So the priority is getting changed, but I'm not getting the work note. That's bad because if I don't add work note, it should not even change the priority, but I'm not able to see the priority. Notes. Can you guys see the priority work notes? How is it possible? Because I cannot change the priority if I don't add a work note. Strange. This is work note, one work note. This is another work note. So I have written test from UI action, but it's not coming. Let me try to place it here, but it doesn't make any sense. Is it work note or work notes? It's work notes, I remember. Refresh list. No, there is some issue, definitely. There is something wrong in my script. Current dot work notes. Just a moment, I have written a similar code. Let me check over there if I have made some mistake. I did it few days back. Current dot work notes. Test from UI action. Okay. Let me copy paste it. Okay, so I think you guys have understood, right, what I have written in this script. Any questions in this script? I think there is something weird happening. That's why this one is not executing. But other than that, have you understood how I have, tried to execute this one? Any questions?
No.
Okay, because this debugging will take time and I don't want to waste your time and mine as well. Okay, so I'll see something is wrong here because the other day it worked fine, but now it's not working. So I'll check this. Okay, and I'll let you know what issue it was. Fine. So this was, this client side, server side UI action. Okay, so the UI actions by default will be a server side one. Okay, it will never be a client side one by default, and you're never going to make any changes using the UI action using client side. So in the client side you can only do the validation. Okay, you cannot do any changes in the record. So what we are going to do here, so sorry, I'm going to close all this.
Is it possible to disable these existing buttons in the same way?
Yeah. So you just have to set the active as false, like I did. Okay, you have to set this. Yeah. You just have to set this active as false. So these will be disabled. Okay, that's it. Now, what
Even suppose there are some submit buttons at the bottom also, right? Some buttons will be there at the bottom of submit.
Yeah.
Even that also you can disable, right?
Yeah. Everything, every button and every link that you see is a UI action. Okay. So you can disable it, just set the active as false, it will be disabled. Okay, but my request would be don't tweak into the default UI actions, because then it will be creating some trouble for you. Okay, yeah. So that's why even we can just right click on this one and try to make some changes, but I don't want to do that. Where is it? Okay, over here. So if you click on this, right click on this, you'll get an option to edit the UI action. Never ever do this. Okay, so create your own UI action, give it same name, and do whatever you want. Now I'm going to create a new UI action. But before we start, I'm going to show you a few things, which is I prepared a document on the template. Okay, so what is it? Yeah, this one. I don't think today we'll get time to complete your action. We wasted time, but yeah. Okay. So here, so this is the template of the client side UI action. Let me first explain you this one. Okay. So in client side UI action, what we mean is using the client side, we are going to validate few things in the form. Okay, before we do the UI action. Okay. So yeah, so how we do it, you are giving a button name just as it is. In the action name, you have to give some action name. Okay, button action name. Okay, some unique action name that you have not given to any other UI action. Okay, you have to set the client checkbox as true. Okay, then yeah, you have to choose what you want. Is it a form button, form context menu, form link, list link, what you want? Okay, you have to check that. Then on click. So once you go to this UI action, if you click on this client, you will find that there's an on click text box. Okay, so in the on click text box, you have to write the name of the function. Okay, so we have to write the name of the function that we are going to write inside the script. Okay, like in the on click, I have written run client code. I have made it a function. So similarly, you have to write a function with the same name. Okay, so you have to mention this function name in the on click. Next, okay, so if condition to validate, for example, right now I have done this priority one. Okay, I can also do it using client side. So what should be my condition to validate? My condition to validate will be if the work node is not empty. Okay, so if the work node is empty, then I should not be able to change the priority. Okay, I'll check if the work node is not empty. Okay, if it is not empty, then I should be going ahead with the actions, and if it is empty, then I will abort the submission. So you have to give a condition to validate. Okay, so if it sets to false, then return false. Okay, then okay, so once you have validated it, okay, and all this will be done using client side scripting. Okay, the APIs which we have used in the client script. Now next is a method called as GSFT submit. So what does this GSFT submit does? Okay, so once you have validated it, you are going to submit that you are triggering the UI action because validation is done. Now we can start with the UI action. Okay, so GSFT submit means you're clicking on the button. Okay, it has got 3 parameters. So one is null, gform dot get form element. So these two are constants. These two will be there. Okay, and button action name. So here you have to give the action name which you have mentioned in the action name. Okay, here you have to mention that action name. Then if type of window is equals to undefined. So what this means is there must be some browser errors sometime. There must be some issues, okay, in the browser level. So in that case, so if you have some browser related errors, okay, you should not be able to execute the UI action. Okay, you should not be making any changes to the record in that case. Okay, and okay, so if it doesn't have any error, it will return you undefined. Okay, so yeah, so it will return you undefined, and if it is true, then you are going to execute the fundamental what you call the main code of the UI action, which is a server-side code. Okay, so inside this run business rule function, you are going to do all the actions that you wanted to perform, uh, clicking on that button. Okay, like if you are setting a priority one, so whatever function means line of code I have written in that UI action, you can paste it over here. Okay, except that work note line, you can paste it over here. Okay, so that's it. So this is how the template looks like. Okay, so today I'm going to wrap up here only. So tomorrow we'll be seeing the client side UI action. Any questions till now?
Gautami, we have to practically implement this, no? It's just a dog for the reference, right?
This is just a document for the reference, because this is a little complicated. I find it. So that's why I have created this document, so that once you start implementing, you can sometimes copy paste it and do it.
So Gautami, anyway, tomorrow there will be a lecture, or it will be on Monday?
No, tomorrow I hope there will be class, but I will inform you. Most probably there will be class, 90% of chance. But if I'm going
Okay.
out somewhere, then I'll inform you.
So Gautami, just requesting you, can you share this? I want to implement this practically, because you just referred this, no? So I want to refer it.
You can find it. I have already shared that document folder, right?
So in that it is there, the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. UI action client code template. Just search for that.
Got it. Okay, I will practically implement this. If I have any question, I will ask you tomorrow in case you have.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if
Priya
you have,
Vinay here.
yeah. Vinay,
So
tell me.
tomorrow I'll be out of station tomorrow until Tuesday. So what shall we do?
Okay, so if I take the class, I'll share anyhow the recordings with you. But
For me, there are three things pending, right? So can you just go to that
okay, yeah.
syllabus sheet? This reaction, it is done already for me.
You have already completed your action?
Yep.
Okay. So
for
which all
me,
topic is left for you?
script include, glide Ajax, service catalog, and knowledge management.
No, knowledge management we have completed.
I don't think so. No, recording and service portal we did it. So the guy who was there on that class, so he asked you to do it at the end. So
No. Knowledge management, I remember that candidate was not there, and I took. Let me check. Okay.
yeah, sure. Because one day I skipped it. So on that day, SLA schedule, workflow, and all you covered. So
Yeah.
this knowledge, I'm not sure.
Okay. Fine. No issues. I can also cover it one more time back.
Okay, no problem. So knowledge management, anyhow, it won't be much, right? So okay, you can share video. I can go through it. But the remaining topics, it is good. Service portal also, it's done.
Yeah. Okay. Service portal and CMDB is also done.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Let me mark it green. Okay. So ACL is also done.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So these 4 topics, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah. No issues. We'll do it. Okay.
Okay. So from Wednesday, is it possible? So because I'll be out till Tuesday, so I don't be available.
After Wednesday, because other candidates are also there, right? So I don't think they will be.
Okay. Yeah, anytime is fine for me. Anyhow, 2 classes or 3 classes, right? So anytime you suggest me, I'll be available for this remaining days. So
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
you can just plan through and let me know so I can.
Okay. Yeah. If I share the recording, I'll let you know. But message me so that I can update you. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Gautami, this is the list for us also, the same list.
Yeah. This is the list for you as well.
So we have covered so much, this much.
We have covered. Okay, let me see.
I don't think we have covered.
No, this is not for you. Okay.
Uh,
Okay, we have not covered all these topics.
yeah, that's what I am asking.
I thought that you are asking about this list of
The
content.
list gonna be same, but okay.
Yeah. So we have covered this. I remember.
Might be having the other one now with you for us for this batch.
Yeah. That's right. I am keeping a track of it. Okay, don't worry. Okay, fine. That's all. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Priya. Bye.